Squad up, haters down, haters down. If you ain't about that life, don't come around, don't come around. Got the crowd, gone wild, gone wild. Tell me what you know about that Mem style.
Yo, y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what time it is, man. It's the Memphis Jelks Show. We are back once again, man. Shout out to everybody who's been tuning in, man. We love you. We appreciate you. And thank you for leaving the love on the page, man. The comments, the likes, the shares. It all helps. Y'all just don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? Everything that y'all do, it helps the show. So we appreciate it. And I just want to let y'all know, man, I love and appreciate y'all for it. Shout out to everybody who's been going to Amazon.com and getting those Memphis Jelks t-shirts, those Memphis Jelks hoodies, the Memphis Jelks Show shirts and hoodies, and all the goodies. Y'all already know what to do, man. If you on Facebook and you watching this, man, hit the share button right now. If you on YouTube watching this, like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you on Twitter, retweet. And also to all my folks out there on Instagram, I don't know what they gonna do unless you got that repost app on your phone, but they need to fix that though. Instagram need to be able to repost just straight from the site. I'm gonna have to put in like a some sort of request. Instagram got to get with it, man. We need to be able to share that stuff better. You know what I'm saying? Get them numbers up. I am so glad to be back. So glad to be back. I got sad news. O couldn't make it tonight. He will be back next week. You know what I'm saying? We all have things that, you know what I'm saying, we have to tend to. Business first. Pleasure second. You already know the phone lines are open all night long. If you want to call in tonight, 901-410-0123. Call in because y'all know how much we love hearing from y'all. And don't be shy, because there's nothing to be shy about, man. Tonight is going to be a super awesome, super dope night once again. Our guest hails all the way from Frederick, New Brunswick. Canada, stand up. Where y'all at? Hey, the show is growing, man, and we appreciate it, man. We're international now. Thank God. God is good, man. It is such a blessing. So, man, we want to hear about, you know, how y'all week was going, you know what I'm saying? If y'all hear something that, you know what I'm saying, that we say that y'all want to chime in on, man, call the number. That's all you got to do. You'll be anonymous. You don't even got to say your name. A lot of people want to call in, but they be scared. They think they're going to be put on blast, but we ain't doing that. You don't even gotta say your name if you don't want to. We ain't gonna put y'all on blast, man. But tonight, man, we're gonna talk about photography, and then we're gonna talk about one of my other favorite things to talk about: pro wrestling. Anybody from Memphis know that Memphis is a wrestling town. I mean, you know what I'm saying? From Jerry the King Lawler to Bill Dundee, Crocodile Bill Dundee to be exact. Jeff Jarrett, The Undertaker. Man, everybody who's anybody has been through this circuit when it comes to wrestling. And we're going to have a blast talking about it tonight. So all my wrestling fans out there, we need y'all to call in, man, and share some of y'all wrestling stories. You know what I'm saying? We about to have some fun tonight, man. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I hope y'all having a good week. Y'all know what to do. Share, like, subscribe, comment. And I'm about to bring y'all one of the dopest photographers to ever do it out of Frederick, New Brunswick, Canada. And one of my newly found friends and someone who I want to see succeed and make it all the way to the top. I bring y'all the one, the only.
Drums, please.
Peter Crawford is in the building.
Thank you for having me. It's an honor to be here, and we've had some fun already talking, so I'm ready to get into it.
Welcome to the Memphis Jelks show. Welcome. Thank you for joining, bro, man. I know how busy you be, man, with that camera. Everybody wants to, get that flavor from you and everything, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate being here.
Man, thank you. So, man, you're from Frederick, New Brunswick.
Yes.
And that's in Canada.
Yeah, like it's the middle of nowhere. So it's like it's on the East Coast. So like it's like on the East Coast there's like here, Nova Scotia, and like Prince Edward Island and Newfoundland. And that's like the maritime provinces. And then you go down more and there's like Toronto and Ontario.
Man, Nova Scotia always sounded like a dope place to go. I don't know what it looks like there, or to me it sounds like I want to tell people, man, I'll be back. I'm finna go to Nova Scotia.
See, Nova Scotia's a nice place in the summer. Like the beaches are nice and the harbor and the food. But like one place you have to go if you go to Canada is Prince Edward Island. It's all like beaches and stuff. It's really nice.
Wow. Man, I definitely want to go there just so I can say that I've been to Nova Scotia. It just sounds dope. It's hip hop. That sounds like a hip hop name. There should be a rapper named Nova Scotia.
There's some local rappers here, I think.
There are some rappers from that area.
Yes.
Do you know any of the local rappers there?
I did 10 years ago because I stayed in a hotel with one. And they were cool as crap. And they like partied all night and like gave me pizza. They were really cool.
Oh man, that is dope. That is dope, man. So for anybody who's watching, can you give us a brief description of who Peter Crawford is as a photographer? And then let us know like how it was growing up in your area.
So like, yeah, I've been doing photography since like I was a teenager and started doing scenery and stuff. And I went to school for it. And I just always like taking pictures and then I've been doing it professionally for 14 years ago. I started as a teenager and in my early 30s now and, still doing it and, I enjoy it. But like, I also like doing like photo shoots with like using stuff like based on like movies and like wrestling and stuff. Cause like those are two of my other passions too. So no, I really enjoy it. Like growing up here, like, see, I was always a wrestling fan. So like, I used to spend a lot of time like watching wrestling and playing the video games and like all that stuff. So, and I'm also working on my like second accreditation because last year I got accredited as a fashion photographer.
Wow.
And yeah. And then I also, this year, I got 2 photos accepted in an image salon. And last year I went to Paris, France for the first time.
Wow.
And it was like my dream to go there. And I got to see the Eiffel Tower. And I got like a beautiful picture of the Eiffel Tower. And I also have a picture of me next to the Eiffel Tower wearing a wrestling shirt. It has Sting and Lex Luger and Ron Simmons on it from 1991.
Man, that is amazing. What do you know about Sting, man? Sting was one of my favorite wrestlers growing up, man. Still is.
Man, you know what's funny, man? When I was also in London that summer, and I went to AEW All In, and then at one point of the show, Darby Allin is getting beat up, and then all of a sudden, Sting comes out to save him.
Whoa.
And see, the funny thing is, I was about to use the restroom, and then all of a sudden I heard Sting's theme song play. So I ran back into the arena to see Sting come out and beat the bad guys up with a baseball bat.
I remember seeing that too. I remember seeing that on television where Sting ran in there with the baseball bat and start beating those guys down.
Yeah, I mean, like Sting is a legend. I mean, I actually still have in the box from 2000 a box set of Sting through the years. So like when he was like Surfer Sting and then Crow Sting.
Man, I did Crow Sting, man. More. Well, I'm not gonna say that because I fell in love with Sting before he turned into Crow Sting.
See,
I was already a huge fan.
Yeah, because like as a kid, you were younger when that, probably middle school when he was like Surfer Sting.
Yep.
And then and like you probably would have been like a teenager when he did the Crow Sting. So like you probably did like both versions.
Yep, I did. I enjoyed both versions, man. It was like, and I'm a big fan of the movie also, The Crow.
That's like we were talking about movies earlier. That's like one of my, like, if I had to say like my like Mount Rushmore movies, like my favorite movies, right?
Mm-hmm.
It would be The Crow, Clueless, Do the Right Thing, and also Gangs of New York.
Awesome. You know, like when okay, so recently we had that battle between Drake and Kendrick Lamar.
Yes.
In the back of my mind, I was thinking Drake should go away and then he should come back as the Crow Drake.
It's funny that it's funny that you mentioned Drake, because what TV show was he famous on?
I cannot think of the name of the show. If you say it, I know it, but the show I never got a chance to see it because I'm not sure if it really aired in our area.
See,
as much as it did.
That show is like what this country's famous for, Degrassi.
Degrassi, yep.
So to me, Drake was always Jimmy Brooks. That's why I always know him as Jimmy.
Really?
Yeah. Because and what his most famous episode is, he gets shot in the back.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's confined to a wheelchair. And so like people actually thought he was crippled in real life.
Wow.
So it's funny how like Drake is like super famous now, because like when I remember him as a kid, he was Jimmy from Degrassi.
Man, shout out to Drake, man. I've met Drake dad a couple of times. He's super cool, super chill. I'm a huge Drake fan. You know what I'm saying? I feel the way that, you know what I'm saying, that the way he took over the game was really at an angle to where it was needed to happen at that point in time. You know, it was needed for a rapper to be able to kind of blend in singing with their rap. And I was basically, you know, I was probably me and probably a lot of other artists too. We were trying to figure out ways to incorporate that. If you listen to some of my earlier recordings, before I even ever heard of Drake, I was implementing like singing into my rap songs. And I remember being on the porch one time with one of my rap buddies, and I was telling him what I was thinking about doing, and he was like, "You can't do that. You can't do that. Either you have to rap or you have to sing. You can't do both." Yeah, but then Drake came through, and then I need to, you know, I wish I could find dude now and be like, "See, I told you."
I mean, Drake has done like of all the Degrassi people, like he's like the most successful.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because like in the later seasons, like season 7, I want to say, right?
Mm-hmm.
They actually did one storyline where he becomes a rapper.
Really?
Yeah, and in the episode, he's dating Ashley, and they do a song together, but nobody likes Ashley, so Jimmy starts rapping. By the end of the episode, Ashley removes his rap from the music and then gets mad at her.
Oh man, yeah. Degrassi wasn't like it. Didn't get. It didn't play in our area the way that way that it would have played in
Oh,
Canada
here, like
that I know of. Maybe it did, and I wasn't aware.
oh man, like Degrassi, like here is like a culture, man. Like it's like people are like I know people like my friend the Degrassi kid. I'm giving her a shout out. She's like a big Degrassi fan. Like there's like it's like Degrassi is like an institution here. It's been on the air since 1979.
Wow, that's
So
something else.
yeah, like so the original episode was called Ida Makes a Movie. It was made in 1979. It was originally Kids of Degrassi Street, then Degrassi Junior High, Degrassi High, and then the new generation, which came out in 2001, which is the one I'm most familiar with.
Man, that is amazing, man. Because Drake's dad is from Memphis.
Oh, he is.
Yes, yeah. Drake's dad is from Memphis, and he was. What we have in common is like my dad lives in Atlanta, so every summer when school was out in Tennessee, my brothers and I would go to Atlanta and experience the lifestyle down in Atlanta. So that was like a big musical, culturally, you know, sound area as well. So
Have you been to the
we learned a lot
Omni?
about culture and all that stuff from Atlanta. Well, Drake was the same way. In the summer times when Drake would get out of school, he would come to Memphis, and he got a lot of his rap style and culture because he has a lot of family here in Memphis too. So I feel like, man, that I feel him on that. Like being in one place and then when the summertime comes, you go to another place, and not only that, you go to a place that's like super musically culturalized.
I
So
mean, Memphis. Memphis is the home of the king. Elvis Presley was
come on, Elvis
grandmother's
Presley,
my grandmother's favorite singer.
3-6 Mafia, Al Capone. The list just goes on. DJ Squeaky, DJ Zerk, DJ Spanish Fly. Drake got a lot of that culture in him, and which is dope. It comes out in his music. And he also spent time, I hear, like in Houston, Texas too. So he has a lot of Southern roots when it comes to his music. And then I think he mixes it in with like the Canada style too, that Caribbean like.
Oh, he does.
He's dope. Drake dope, man.
And you said when you were in Atlanta, did you ever go to the Omni?
I never went to the Omni. No.
Oh, the Superdome.
Yes, definitely the Superdome. Yep. Definitely been there.
I mean, Atlanta has the most beautiful skyline I've ever seen.
It does, man. It does. I remember my dad took us to see the Atlanta Braves, and this is back when Deion Sanders played for the Braves.
Yes, Deion's prime time.
Prime time, man. It was in full effect. And when I tell you, like, whatever kind of necklace that he had on that night, from the seats that we were sitting in, the necklace would blind you from there. It was so shiny. When he came up the bat, and then he had the bat, you know what I'm saying, in his hand and stuff, and then they announced him, Deion Primetime Sanders, man. All you could see was his chain blinging, man.
Did you know it's funny? The Rock said that he stole some of his character from Deion Sanders.
I believe so, yeah, because Deion was kind of the first one to kind of be flashy and flossy and shiny. The name Primetime said it all.
I mean, he could have been a wrestler. I mean, he had the charisma.
Like Ric Flair.
Yeah, man, the Nature Boy. Woo!
Man, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair still gets a lot of props in hip hop to this day. All the rappers love Ric Flair because he brought that swag and that finesse to wrestling, and he knew how to talk cash money trash to you.
And you know, there's another rapper who I like, who I feel doesn't give his accolade, is Wyclef Jean.
Yep, definitely.
He was good.
Man, phenomenal. Phenomenal. He's worked with some of the best too.
Yeah, Wyclef Jean was like, I mean, so many, like, we're talking about rappers. There's so many good rappers over the years. Lil Kim, The Brat, like, you know, a lot of girl rappers are really good too.
Yep, definitely. And girl rappers have taken over now. They're doing really well right now.
And my favorite rap group of all time, Run DMC, one of the best.
Man, come on. My first time ever hearing rap was from Run DMC. Their song with Aerosmith.
Which broke barriers when that came out.
Mm-hmm. Walk This Way.
I mean, that's such a classic song. I mean,
Man. I fell in love with hip hop just after seeing their video. It was just so amazing, and it just because I already like had seen a lot of and heard a lot of rock and roll, but I hadn't heard of like this hip hop thing. And then the way they were dressed was so cool. They had on like all black, and then they had like these Adidas on, and they had like big gold chains on, and then they're rocking with Aerosmith, and it was just like that was like the coolest thing I'd ever seen in life.
I mean, it was so ahead of its time. And another rapper from that era I really liked is Tone Loc, Wild Thing.
Shout out to Tone Loc, man. Tone Loc, his voice alone is just classic.
I mean, and Kumo D. I mean, there's so many good LL Cool J, so many influential rappers from that era. It's wild.
Yeah, I feel like I got a chance to grow up in a good era because I kind of saw from, I think what, let's see, like I said, like Run DMC on up to like what we're seeing now. So
Well, think of it like
when I think of hip hop, yeah, I think totally different of what like maybe a kid born in the later years would think.
well, think of it like this: you grew up with Run DMC, and then you also saw the evolution of Eminem. I mean, that's a huge
Yep.
gap. I mean, that shows like how much, you know, you saw Tupac, you saw Run DMC, you saw Eminem, and, you know, even the rappers today who I couldn't name, like Drake, like you saw such a progression of rap music.
Yes, yes. Rap is young still. Not long ago they had the 50th anniversary of hip hop, and so rap is still very young. It's still a young genre.
What do you
Um,
think of Grandmaster Flash?
he was before my time, but I think without him, the evolution wouldn't have been able to evolve. So
Oh,
hip hop needed him. Hip hop needed DJ Cool Herc. It's like a debate. Like did DJ Cool Herc or Africa Bambaataa start hip hop?
Soul Sonic, African Bambaataa and the Soul Sonic Force. I remember them.
Yep, yep. That's been a huge debate. Like in New York and just in hip hop in general since the inception of hip hop.
Yeah, because those like who you mentioned and like those are guys who are like the trendsetters, like the first real hip hop guys.
Hmm. And we owe like us artists, us hip hop artists owe them like so much, man. Like they weren't they weren't getting paid millions and millions of dollars the way that the hip hop artists get paid these days. So I always felt like if you do get to that status and you make that kind of money off of something that those people created, you should do something to give back to them, as much as you possibly can, without hurting yourself. But you owe them. You're standing on their shoulders, man.
You really are. And you know who else did a lot with hip hop and stuff? Like he collaborated with him is the Godfather of Soul, James Brown.
Yep, that's where the sound came from. If you listen to all the earlier hip hop songs, they would
Yeah.
all incorporate different samples from James Brown and his band. A lot of that's where the
Yeah.
the bravado and the beats, the drums, the break beats, all that came from James Brown's music. Yeah.
I mean, he inspired so many people.
Yeah, yeah, man, he did. My uncle was like his number one fan. My uncle would never let me know, man, like never let me forget that James Brown was the The king of soul.
I saw his movie in theaters, and it was really good.
Yep, it definitely was, man. It definitely was.
That was a real with Chadwick Boseman, who was one of my favorite actors of all time. I mean, he played Jackie Robinson, he played Black Panther, he played James Brown, and he put his soul, no pun intended, into every role. Like he made you think, oh, that's James Brown, that's Jackie Robinson. Like it's crazy. Like man, yes,
Yeah, rest in peace to him too.
yeah,
He
that
was
was a
amazing.
man. He was a good actor. Like he was just so talented, and that's like why with my photography I incorporate like my love for movies and music into it, because like I like to like do things that I'm interested in,
Mm-hmm.
and you'll like see that with my work and stuff, and that's the thing. Like I can talk about so much different things: photography, music.
Yeah, you're well cultured. You sound well cultured, and I know we just met, but even backstage, like we just connected. We just connect. We're both like, I can tell that we're both into the culture, and we're neither one of us are new to this. But what surprises me is your age and how much you know about the things that have come before you. How important is that to you to understand, uh, like photography, music, just culture that has come before your time?
Because that's an excellent question, actually. Thank you for asking me that. It's because, like, growing up, like, I didn't have a lot in common with people my age, right?
Mm-hmm.
I had social anxiety. I was socially awkward. I didn't have a lot of friends growing up, right? So I found, like, taking pictures and looking at, reading books of libraries just to look at, like, old pictures and, like, looking at, like, old newspapers and, like, listen to, like, old music, like, stuff like that, watching old wrestling. Like, it made me, like, feel good like watching it because it gave me like an outlet, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it also helped me with my social anxiety by meeting old people who were around that era. That like I have more in common. Like I just met you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I have more in common with you than I do people my own age.
Wow.
And I think that's what's cool because you're from Memphis. I'm from the middle of nowheres, and we bonded over quickly over do the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like I remember when I was a photographer on a cruise ship, we were stuck in Dubai, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I met these two dudes at a hotel bar about 5 in the morning, and they knew do the right thing, and we were talking about the part where Sal wouldn't let any brothers on the wall,
Mm-hmm.
and the fact that like here's me, a small town boy in Dubai, talking to a random guy about that movie. It just shows you like how like nostalgia is a comfort thing.
It is. It is. And culture it brings us all together. Whether you're One thing I love about culture is that it brings people together, whether your race, your age,
Yes.
your religion, you no matter what your background is, if you both like the same type of art or something, it just it creates this bond to where you feel like I understand this person.
It's it's true. And also I really do think that Sal should have put some people on the wall to show the camaraderie between, the African Americans and the people in his restaurant.
Yeah, especially since his restaurant was located around different
Yeah, it was in
races and
Bed-Stuy.
yeah, yeah. So why not? I mean,
Like
it shouldn't have been a big deal.
no, and like it wouldn't have been like I've actually watched that movie so many times, right? And I like how they do portray Sal in the movie because it's like he thinks he's a good person, but it just shows you like how like hate is so deep seated, like anybody could have it,
Mm-hmm.
and it makes for a powerful movie. And like I wanted to ask you this: do you think in the movie did Mookie do the right thing?
By doing what? Because he did several things in the movie.
In
By
the in the end of the movie, when he picks up the trash can with his left hand and yells "hate," and he throws it through the window, do you think he did that to protect Sal?
that's a great question. I've never thought about it like that. That can be argued either way. That can be argued. I don't think that that's a plain yes or a plain no. That it's a gray area in there. I'd have to
It,
go back and watch the entire movie again and
and,
get that feeling and
and,
then understand and then get the understanding from there.
and that's what the best part of the whole movie was like nobody was portrayed as like perfect. Like there was so much shades of gray in that movie,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it showed that like anyone could be prejudiced and stuff, and but I think it was don't let love give into hate, and I think that was what the main message was.
I totally agree. I totally agree.
Like, because the funny thing is, I always liked music, but it's only in the last like 10, 15 years I started liking movies a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And so like I love and that's why like with my photography I've done like movie shoots, music shoots, and I would actually one day would love to do a Do the Right Thing tribute photo shoot for the 40th anniversary in a couple of years.
Oh, that'll be super cool right there, man. You know, I'm friends with Chuck D, and his song "Fight
Fight,
the Power" is the song that movie blew their song up.
dude,
Public Enemy.
that song is the one. I remember when I was on the cruise ship, it was very depressed. I was lonely, and I would listen to that song every night.
That song is a classic, man.
I mean, it is, and then like the lyrics, and fight the powers that be, like, and Ray Raheem always playing it on his boombox, like it's such a, and you know what's funny? That's like my favorite Public Enemy song.
Yeah, it's the most known Public Enemy song,
I
definitely, because
I
even Chuck, even when he does interviews, he tells how Spike Lee blew the song up because Spike Lee played the song about 100 times in that movie. he
in
said, he said, "Who does that?" He said every time he turned around, the song kept coming back on.
and the funny thing is, in the movie, some of the actors are wearing Public Enemy T-shirts.
Yeah, man, that you talk about branding. That was a genius branding move on Spike Lee's part. He literally single handedly blew Public Enemy up with that movie.
And think of all the actors who made it big in that movie.
Man,
Like
you're right.
John Turturro, Martin Lawrence,
Mm-hmm.
and who else was in that movie? I have to get the names of
Billy Nunn, he was
Billy
Radio
Munn.
Raheem. Rest in peace to him too.
Yeah, Ozzie Davis, one of the best actors of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Samuel Jackson, Gino Epicito,
Mm-hmm. Man, the list goes on and the list goes on, man. That's
Paul,
a classic movie.
You know who I like in that movie is Paul Benjamin.
Which role did he play?
He was one of the old guys in the movie.
Okay.
And are you familiar with In the Heat of the Night?
That is familiar. That was a television show, wasn't it?
Yeah,
from a series.
It was filmed in Covington, Georgia.
Okay.
And he was in one of the episodes there, and it was one of the best episodes of all time. It actually came out the same year as Do the Right Thing.
That is something else.
Yeah, I know way too much about movies for my age.
No, you're doing a really awesome job, and I wish that a lot of more younger people would follow in your footsteps and learn the culture that came before them, so that you don't have to emulate it, or you don't even have to like it really, but just know it. It's kind of like history, like you want to know. That's why in school they teach history, because if you don't know what has happened in, before your time, then you really won't have a general idea of where you are now. And
Well,
then they say
exactly.
history repeats itself.
Exactly, and that's why like I'm obsessed with like cameras and like technology, like you we were talking earlier, like from when you were a young kid to from when you were like to you're like 21. Imagine all the technology that you saw grow.
Mm-hmm.
Dial-up internet,
Oh,
um,
start before then. Go Atari.
Atari, and then and then by the time you were 21, you had the PlayStation 2. I mean, that's crazy technology.
Mm-hmm. So I remember Atari was out. That was like late '70s, early '80s, and then I remember going and visiting my cousins in Illinois, and we walked up the road, and there was a video game in the store that we went to, the convenience store, and it was Super Mario Brothers Part One.
Oh
And
wow, the
you had to,
original.
yeah, the original. You had to put quarters in the machine. Basically, first you had to wait in line, because there's like a line of people right there continuously, playing it and adding quarters in there. So that when it finally became your turn, you got your first dose of Super Mario Brothers Part One. And
That's
then
that's awesome.
yeah. Then later the Nintendo came out, and that you were finally able to have access to Super Mario Brothers in the comfort of your own home.
See, I find that the home. This is my opinion. You probably would know more about it because you lived it. Do you think that the home consoles killed the arcade industry?
Yes, definitely. Yes.
Be-
Yes.
because, like you said, when you were a young kid, you had to. If you wanted to play Mario, you had to go to the convenience store to play, or the arcade.
Or the arcade.
Yeah, and then, but then, in '85 with the Nintendo, you could just play it from home.
That's what I'm talking about. And then another question, a question I gotta ask you is: do you think the world was better with or without all of this fancy technology?
Yes.
You think it was better?
Well, I think. Okay, here's the. I believe in healthy mediums, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think the world was better when you were a kid in the age of the '90s because you had technology growing, but like the problem is we have so much technology now, it changes how people communicate.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, you guys had technology, but you had enough that you weren't addicted to it and that you guys could still communicate. But unfortunately, now with technology, it's taken over the world.
Yes.
And
I totally agree.
it changed how people talk. Like the way me and you are talking right now, people don't do that anymore.
You're right.
But like I also think the technology now is good in a way because like okay, you're a kid in 1996, right? You meet somebody on a vacation or you make a friend. How do you keep in contact with them?
Exactly. Yep.
But now, hey, I mean, look, you're from Memphis. I'm from here, and we're talking like we're here, like right next to each other.
Exactly.
So I think technology is a double-edged sword, and I think it's good in moderation.
I couldn't have put that better myself. You couldn't have said that better.
Thank you,
That
because
is it's definitely a double-edged sword.
so yeah, I think like the society was better when you were a kid, but I also think technology has helped, in this world, and it's good in a way. But I just think that it's people have come too dependent on it, and but with moderation, I think it's good as far as like it's good for communication because like I said, like back in your day when you were a teenager, if you met somebody, you didn't have Facebook or like there's no way to contact them.
Exactly. You would have to get their home phone number, but then, like you said, like if you call them and they're not at home, you're not able to just keep in constant contact with each other.
No. And long distance back in your day, like
Oh, long distance. Whoa. I know people who got grounded or probably got butt whoopings because they were calling people long distance and ran their moms and dads' phone bills up extremely high.
Yeah, like so it's crazy, like technology. So like, I think it's good and a bad thing if that makes any sense.
It does. You see the double-edged sword. That's what it is.
Yeah, like
And
I
you
mean,
you can either use it as a tool or it can use you as a tool. You have to manage it. You know how to understand how to manage it and take and know when to use it and when to not use it.
yeah, but like I think it's cool, like the PlayStation 2. I mean, that people bought the PlayStation 2 just because it had a DVD player in it. That was a big deal.
Yep.
And so like that was like like and then when the Sony PlayStation came along, I mean that must have been a big deal for you as a teenager.
Man, come on. When the PlayStation came out, yeah, it was a huge deal for us. I was in high school then.
Because
Because
you
we
grew up
had
with
gone through excuse I don't want go ahead. I didn't want to talk over you.
so, but you could use like you said, you grew up with the Atari, and then you have a PlayStation. I mean, that's like night and day.
Yes, but it went through stages. You know, it went Atari, and I can't even name them all, but it went from like Atari to like Nintendo,
Sega,
Sega, yeah, Sega Genesis,
Super Nintendo.
Super Nintendo. There were also other consoles that were coming out like GameCube.
Yeah,
Um,
GameCube is from when I was a kid. I remember GameCube.
hmm there were several because they were all in competition with each other, just like how the phones were. You know, you used to have BlackBerry. BlackBerry is kind of like disappeared off the map when it comes to phones now, pretty much. Um, you had Nokia. You don't see any Nokia phones and stuff anymore. It's all about just like Apple and Samsung now. But that's kind of the way that Xbox and PlayStation ended up getting rid of all the competition, either buying the competition and adding them up under their umbrella or just destroying them because they couldn't keep up with the fast pace of the technology world.
I mean, Sega got creamed by Nintendo and PlayStation.
Definitely, man. Come on, Sega got man. Come on, and even though they had Sonic the Hedgehog, which was a phenomenal game and still is a phenomenal game,
And
but people
they had
go ahead.
Final Fight. I mean, so many classic games.
Mm-hmm. But now people are collecting all of the systems. Like my son, he collects all of the systems, even though he has the latest, the PlayStation 5. He also has a GameCube. He also has a Nintendo. He has a Nintendo DS. You remember those, the handheld?
I remember the Nintendo DS, and that's crazy that you say that because, like, I know people who do the same. Like, they collect like video game systems.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. And he has the Switch. What is the Nintendo Switch? And then they just came out with a Switch 2, I believe.
Yeah.
He hadn't got that one yet, but now, guess what? The older games cost more than the newer games do now.
See, that's wild because, like, you go online, like Mario, like 64 goes for like
Hmm
60, $70 loose,
Yes, exactly. Yep.
and that's
Um,
wild.
those little Nintendo DS games are 90, 100, 125 because they know that they're not in production anymore. So there's only a certain number of them out there. So it's just like with retro shoes and stuff like that. The prices, people can just go on eBay and just you can kind of name your price and there's somebody out there who will buy it.
It's wild because it's like in the last like 5, 10 years, like when I was a kid, you could go to like flea markets and get games for cheap, but
Hmm
then now like everybody knows what everything's worth, and like like even like my favorite wrestling game of all time is No Mercy for the 64.
Wow.
Yeah, like that was that like to this day, like that's like considered like the goat of wrestling games.
My favorite game of all time and series is Mortal Kombat.
You know what's funny? Mortal Kombat, the original one, was the first game to have the rating system,
Hmm
and that was the first game because they had blood in it.
Yes. And you had to have the code. You had to know the code in order to get the blood to work. It's like up, down, left, right, B, A, B.
It,
Start, select, select, start. And then you'll hear some go, moo, hoo, hoo, ha, 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 ha. And then you know you've unlocked the blood.
it's crazy. I follow one of the girls from Mortal Kombat on Instagram or Twitter, and she's like 50, and she still looks like Sindel from Mortal Kombat 3.
Wow.
And I mean, it's such a. There's one part of the Mortal Kombat series, this, Memphis, is the one with the trees. Remember the one with the trees talking?
Uh-huh.
That
Yep.
that's so creepy.
Did you see the movie? Did you see the Mortal Kombat movie?
Of course, like the original one
That's classic. Now
with
I don't
a.
know. I don't know if
Well,
it's the original, but I'm talking about the one that came out recently, like within like the last few years, where it had
no, I haven't seen that one.
Scorpion, Sub Zero. Yo, you gotta see that one. You gotta see that one. It's really, really, really good. Like it's
Okay, because
phenomenal.
I've seen the original from '95.
Okay, yep, not that one. I saw that one too. It is awesome too, but
That
it doesn't have you know how the technology has gotten better, so
yes,
everything is like more up to date now.
what's a good movie, and my buddy Gino Cuddy likes it too. Give him a shout out, my buddy. The Flintstones movie.
Yeah. Oh man, come on, y'all love the Flintstones movie,
That and the Power Rangers, like those movies are amazing.
and they're coming out with the Smurfs, I believe, this Friday, and I can't wait to see that. I grew up watching the Smurfs.
I like the Smurfs. I used to like Garfield. I saw the original Garfield movie in theaters because Jennifer Love Hewitt was in it, and I'm a huge Jennifer Love Hewitt fan.
Yeah, yeah, she's awesome. I used to read Garfield books when I was a kid, so yeah, I've always been a fan of his also.
Garfield was good. Charlie Brown. I mean, you grew up in the golden era of cartoons.
Man, yeah, and then now it's like they're just remaking a lot of the stuff that was new when we were growing up, such as like Spider Man. How many movies have they done on Spider Man and like Superman? They redo those.
Yes,
Batman. There's so many different versions of Batman. There's
and Ducktales.
Ducktales. I'm sure they're gonna probably end up remaking that at some point.
They did, and it was horrible.
Oh man, yeah, they should leave Ducktales alone, man.
And you're speaking of Batman. I love the one with Jack Nicholson.
Me too.
That's a good movie. See,
Yes.
I could talk to you all day about this stuff because I
Isn't that the
love.
original? Well, isn't that the one with Michael Keaton?
Yeah, Michael Keaton was a
Yes.
really good
Yeah,
Batman.
he was the best. Yeah, I don't think they ever should have moved on. I think they should have let Michael Keaton continue playing Batman for all of the rest of the movies.
Yes, the worst Batman though was George Clooney.
Oh man, yeah, come on, that was unbelievable.
He was. I do like Jim Carrey in it because Jim Carrey's my fellow Canadian.
Mm-hmm.
So I love Jim Carrey as an actor. Don't agree with some of his other views, but as an actor, he came from nothing. He's a Canadian, so I
Mm-hmm.
like him as far as an actor goes.
Definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
We haven't promoted. We're having such a great time. We still have to promote your business,
Yeah.
man.
So I mean,
But you know, you already have like a lot of clients and stuff. So if y'all get lucky enough to become a client of Mr. Peter Crawford, man, y'all better jump on the opportunity, man. I just want to go through just a little bit of his work. If you go to his website is petercrawfordphoto.wixsite.com.
which I will be updating in the coming weeks, so you'll see brand new photos on there,
Awesome.
including my accreditation. And see, like you can see here, like how like some of my likes for fashion and wrestling and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
like shows, like like the young lady there with the Parisian look, or the girl that looks like Stacey Dash. I mean, like clearly, I'm inspired by movies and fashion.
That is awesome, man. Like this guy right here, like, are those contacts that he has in?
Yeah, because his name is Jason Boa.
Mm-hmm.
And that was he's like a Viper character, and it was just like an overcast day in 2022, and I said, why don't we do a photo shoot? And then we did, and it came out really well.
Man, that is phenomenal, bro.
I really appreciate that, sir. And like,
And this is the one, she looks like Stacey Dash.
no, the girl next to her. So it'd be her.
Wow. You know
I mean-
what? A lot of people in their minds, they think that you're just grabbing the camera and then you're just aiming it at your subject and you're taking the picture. I just want them to know, man, that it's not that simple, man. Can you speak a little bit about learning like ISO and like
Yeah, like, and that's
aperture, camera, shutter speed, all of that stuff plays a major role in photography. Could you just speak to some of that stuff? Because I say that because I bought a camera one time because I had a photographer who was shooting music videos on me.
okay.
So I ran out and said, I ran out to the store one day and said, I'm going to get the exact same camera and the exact same lens that he's using. And then that way I can just start shooting my own videos when I'm not working with him. I did, and my videos and pictures came out looking nothing like he is.
See, because like that's like it's very because everybody thinks, oh, you just go out and you just oh you just take pictures. It's not that hard, but like there's a lot of work to it. You got to learn the apertures, the ISOs.
Yes,
You got the right equipment. So like it's because like if the ISO in the aperture is like too bright, right?
Mm-hmm.
The photo is super exposed.
Okay.
But if it's too dark, like, so say it's an overcast day, and you shoot the ISO it's like at 100 or maybe an f-stop at like 125, it'll look too dark.
Mm-hmm.
But so you have to like know your camera and like, and I know in like my area, like everything's like a lot of the guy photographers around here just take pictures of girls. But like for me, photography is more than I do photography. Not just to take pictures of people and have fun. It's my business. It's my life, and I've worked so hard to get where I'm at.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it shows in my work.
It does. It absolutely does. So for anybody out there who's thinking, I'll just take my iPhone and then I'll just shoot pictures with that or my Android phone, you have a lot to learn about photography. It is a deep, deep, deep subject. It is a lot to learn. And I called myself trying to learn and teach myself. I watched countless YouTube videos, tutorials, because I'm going to tell you what happened to me. It's kind of funny. So like I said, I ran out and I got the camera that my videographer guy was using, and I got the same lens, and I'm thinking, oh, it's over with. I'm about to be able to be my own videographer and my own photographer. So I go out with one of my guys and I have him hold the camera and I shoot an entire music video. So we get home, it's broad daylight when we shot the video. We get home. So I'm like, okay, let me dump all the files into my computer and then I can start editing this video. All of the files were bright white. They were so bright white to where you couldn't even see me. You want to know? And later on, I found out that the ISO was up high, and we were outside, and the sun was out shining bright, and our ISO was up just super high. So all we shot was whiteness, pure whiteness.
That's
when I
funny.
learned. Yeah, that's when I. That's when I learned that this is not as easy as I would like it to be. And I did my research and I realized that I had the ISO. I didn't even know what ISO was before then. So I just want people to respect photographers, man. It is a science. It's a skill. Your phone can take good pictures, but it's not taking pictures like a professional photographer would do.
It's a lot of work, and you're always growing as a photographer. Like I'm not the same artist now that I was 3 years ago. Like I've come so far.
Man, these pictures are amazing.
Thank you. I really appreciate the kind words. And see, like, I mean, you can tell, like, my photo. I mean, look, Mean Girls. I mean, you can tell my photos are influenced by movies.
Wow. So how do you like if you're doing photo shoots that you are inspired by, how do you go about getting the models to participate?
Honestly, I just I don't do model calls because, like, usually I have in mind who I want to ask, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I just go out and politely ask them, "Oh, would you be interested?" And there's the tribal chief himself, Roman Reigns, Thunder Rosa, the Black Lives Matter event I covered a couple back in 2020.
Wow.
Man, that day though, it was like 95 degrees out.
It was.
Yeah, man, like that was I was very proud of that shot, by the way.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Man, these are super, super awesome photos, man. And I say that, as a person who I've studied photography, not to the deepest extent as well as you have, but I found out about aperture and ISO and shutter speeds and I'm just like this rabbit hole goes way deeper than what I actually bargained for. I thought I was just gonna buy the camera and it was gonna do all the work.
I mean, it's crazy. And imagine what, like, people who shot with film cameras were like back in the day.
Wow, man,
I mean, I really do good work. I appreciate the kind words.
you do, dude. This is super professional. I need to fly my butt to Canada and do a photo shoot with you, bro, for my
Man,
podcast and for my music. You're cold.
thank you. I appreciate it. That's the kind of thing I've heard all day. I appreciate it, man.
I appreciate you bringing your work to the show and sharing it with us. This is amazing.
Thank you. It's been a hard journey, but, like, I like where I'm at right now. I've worked very hard to get where I'm at, and I'm really going to update my website though. So you so like you'll be seeing new stuff in the coming weeks.
Awesome. Is there a time where you did a shoot that was just like super memorable to you, or like just one of the funniest, like one of the funniest shoots that you ever done, or something that you can remember, or wildest?
I'm trying to think. Um, the wildest photo shoot I've ever done. Honestly, nothing too wild.
What's nothing too wild?
Well, like, I'm trying to.
Uh oh.
This was on a cruise. This was on a cruise ship, right?
Mm-hmm.
I shouldn't be. And I'm not going to name names because I know a lot of people are hearing this. But I was taking pictures of this young lady and her boyfriend, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, this one guy comes out behind this girl and puts his arm around her.
What?
And I'm like, where I come from, you putting your arm around a guy's woman, something's gonna throw down, right? So I was like, oh crap! This is my first night here, and I'm gonna witness a fist fight. and then they all started laughing about it, like it was the funniest thing. So that was pretty intense.
Man, that sounds intense. And we have a caller. Hello, hello. You're on the Memphis Joke Show.
Uh-oh.
Hello, caller, are you there? Let's make sure everything's connected. we may have to call him back. We may have to call our caller back because it's sometimes we get.
I wonder who it was. What's the area code?
Let's see. Let's see. Technical difficulties. Sorry for the people out there watching. We're having a little bit of a technical difficulty, but we're about to take care of it.
Hello.
Oh God.
Hey, how's it going? You're on the Memphis Jelks show. Who is this?
This is the one and the only Gino Sunset Cuddy. How are you guys doing tonight?
Yo, Gino, what's up? What's up?
I couldn't help but watch this and look through Pete's website and notice he does not have a section dedicated to his wonderful and beautiful landscape photography. Pete, you need to get on that, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, we would love to see that, Pete. You gotta upload that.
I've taken so many nice photos, like from sunsets and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So
Nobody knows anything about sunset.
What?
And if anybody knows anything about sunsets, it's this guy right here.
You do,
Awesome.
you do, man, and I hope you're doing well. And thank you for calling in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Man, that is awesome. Thank you, Gino, for calling in, man. We had a really good time when you were on the show as well, bro. I can't wait till you come back on and do another interview as well.
Absolutely, anytime.
That's awesome. How are the videos coming along?
Doing well. I just got the second episode of my podcast out, the Heart to Heart William S. Hart podcast. We recorded, and I actually got it edited and got it uploaded to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube all in one night tonight. So feel very accomplished, and I got it all done before this show started. So I'm glad I was able to tune into this.
Awesome, man. If everybody who's watching, y'all definitely go check out Gino Cuddy, man, and follow him on all social media platforms, man. He the truth.
Thank you so much, Memphis. Greatly appreciate that, sir.
Anytime, Gino. Anytime.
Yeah,
brother.
keep up the good work, man. I can't wait to listen to your podcast after I'm done this podcast.
All right. Thank you so much, Pete. Greatly appreciate that.
Thank you, buddy.
Awesome. Thanks for calling in, Gino. Much love, bro.
Much love, buddy.
Much love to you.
All right.
Thank you. It's funny because I do need to put see, that's the thing with my scenery, because I want to post it right on my website, but it's mainly for portraits.
Mm-hmm.
And that's great question. And that's why I don't have my scenery on there, because it's scenery is more that you would post on Etsy and that kind of stuff, right?
No. I think you should share all your work, different things that you love to do on your site. Just have a like you have it now, just have a tab set aside for it.
There's so much I want to put on, man.
You also have an Instagram, don't you?
Yes.
And a Facebook.
Yes.
So y'all go over to Instagram and check out Peter Crawford Photography on Instagram, and you'll see things such as this.
Yeah, nice shout out to everyone.
Oh wow, look at that. There's one of the sunsets that you guys are talking about.
See, that's why Gino wants me to put my sunsets, because he always, and I mean this in a good way, he's always encouraging me to post my scenery.
Man, that's the scenery out of this world. Is that in Canada?
Yeah.
Man, that's amazing, man. What is the is there a difference that you've noticed in Canadian culture versus American culture? And if it is, what's one of the differences or some of the differences that you may have noticed?
I don't know. I mean, I love my American friends. I love my Canadian friends.
No, I mean just the culture. Like, is there a culture difference? Are there things that America does that are different than things that Canadians? And I'm not saying put everybody in a box like that or nothing, but just culture differences. Like, I know, like Caribbean music is kind of big in Canada.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I mean, we have different foods and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you go to New York,
Mm-hmm.
that's that is like the culture is so different than like here.
Mm-hmm. Wow, look at that. Is it more fast paced? Would you say New York is more fast paced? Would you
Yeah,
say?
well, like here, like everybody says good morning to each other. Everybody says hello. They don't do that in New York.
Wow. Yeah, I hear that people can be quite rude in certain areas of New York. Well, like they'll just like if they accidentally step on your shoe, there's no excuse me or anything.
No, man, it's pretty intense.
Awesome, awesome. Describe the degree that you have in your hand.
See, I'm not a fan of Holland College because that place was a dump. But I got my diploma there, and I proved all those guys there who are assholes to me that I made something of myself. So if they're watching, they can go to hell. But other than that, and I'm sorry, but like no, I got my degree in photography, and I'm very proud of how far I've overcome all the people and where I am now.
That's amazing. Congratulations too on getting your degree, man. There's so many people who they have the talent but they don't follow through with it. And it's good to see a person and meet a person who not only has the talent but actually followed through with it and completed
When
their dream.
it hasn't been easy, like people are like, well, it's not fair how you get opportunities. I've earned every opportunity that I've gotten. So so like no, if you work hard and it might be like when you're in the music business. I mean, you probably have had a struggle too.
Yes, yes. It's a constant struggle,
You know,
constant grind.
I mean, you just got to keep grind hard. I mean, like that's why I'm proud of you. I mean, you have good stuff, man.
Thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. What would you tell up and coming photographers if they wanted to follow in your footsteps and make it in photography?
Just don't let the naysayers get to you. Work hard. And I know this from experience. Like you work hard and just do the best you can, and like eventually you will see improvement. It might take a long time, but you'll see it eventually.
I know we wanted to get into some of the wrestling. We may be able to check out one or two of the films. Um, but I know time is getting shorter. But I gotta invite you on again, Peter, man. If you don't mind, man. We gotta do.
I would love to chat with you again. Like, why don't we next time
Thank
do
you.
like one about like wrestling pop culture? Because like I've had a lot of fun talking to you tonight.
I've had a lot of fun talking to you also, bro.
Me
Yeah,
too. It's been a
we
lot of
may
fun.
can save the wrestling parts to the next show
Yes.
because that's gonna get us into another rabbit hole because I know
Yeah.
how much you love it, I know how much I love it, and I know how much the crowd is gonna love it.
Yes.
So yeah, we'll save that for the next time. In the meantime, y'all go to petercrawfordphoto.wixsite.com and man, do some business with your boy, man. If he, I know his schedule might be super busy, so if he can squeeze you in, you definitely don't want to miss out on his talent, his knowledge, his skills, and all of that good stuff.
Thank you so much, brother. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome, bro, and thank you, man, for joining the show tonight. We're gonna go ahead and start the last session of the show. Is what I always call go around the room and give your final thoughts about the episode. You can tell people where they can find you, where they can follow you at on social media, and all that good stuff. Give shout outs if you want to. And we always start with the guests. So I'm gonna let you go first, and then I'm gonna wrap it up.
I want to, my all my handles are the same. Peter Crawford Photography, and I want to thank you for having me, and thank you to Sunset Cuddy. If you don't follow him on YouTube, one of the best Western shows there is, and yeah, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and it's been a lot of fun tonight.
Well, Pete, man, it's been super fun, super dope having you on the show, man. You're a super cool dude. I'm glad I met you.
I'm glad I met you too. We've hit it off, and I've had a lot of fun tonight.
Thank you, brother, man. I've loved this episode. This is one of my favorites so far. You and Gino, we had really good, interesting conversations. I wanted to get into the wrestling, but we're going to save that for part 2. So if you're out there watching, be on the lookout for the flyer. We're going to promote part 2. We're going to bring back professional photographer Peter Crawford, straight out of Frederick, New Brunswick, Canada. Stand up. Hey, we love y'all, man. Thank y'all for watching the Memphis Jelks Show once again, man. Like, share, subscribe, man. Get the word out, man. Let's blow this show up. Let's go. We
Squad up, haters down. If you ain't about that life, don't come around. Got the crowd, gone wild. Tell me what you know about that Mim style.